Hello everyone! Today I wanted to share the G.E.M Sakata Ginko figure produced by MegaHouse. I had to pre-order this figure from Crunchyroll because it was a MegaHouse exclusive, and as per usual with Crunchyroll orders, she came a bit later than, other releases, but that's okay. She came in just perfectly, and of course she is in this, MegaHouse box that they always use for their exclusive figures. I'm just going to give you a quick look at the box and then pop her out. Alright, so this is what Ginko looks like inside of the box. I apologize for any glare. I don't know how I feel about the pink packaging, but I suppose it looks alright with all the, sakura flowers scattered about. And she has, of course, a sakura right there at the top window. And the bottom is just plain with sakura petals everywhere. The side windows, I forgot to mention, but there is a sakura pattern right there for one of the windows on both sides. It looks like they use the same image for the most part on both sides. That's kind of lame. Yeah, there are no other, images of the figure. It's just frontal. No back images or anything anywhere on the box. That's a little lame, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just a box in the end of the day. I'm gonna pop her out, and we're gonna take a closer look at her in the packaging. Alright, so they did not tape the back pieces together. That's less tape, yay. Does that mean this isn't taped? Oh, there's a little bit of tape. That's interesting. But anyway, so this is what she looks like in the packaging. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the pieces out, and we're gonna take a closer look at the figure. Okay, so let's start with looking at the base. Here's the base. It's very simplistic. It just has, of course, a sakura pattern on it, and it says Ginko Sakata on it. I like it. It's not too bad. A simple base. This is fully black. This is transparent. The Ginko Sakata goes with the border edge, the negative space of the flower there. Yeah, I'm alright with this. You get this metal pole. Just a metal pole. Gintoki's signature sword. And the writing's on both sides. It looks fine. You get the female Hijikata, aka Tenko, and it's a keychain. This is really cute. It's painted well, and it's a keychain. I mean, they did a pretty good job. It would have been cute if it was a little mini figure instead of a keychain, but I've come to expect, keychains and that sort of thing when they have a little character. They did the same thing with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Kotobuki Yasuke's. Alright, let's take a look at the figure herself now, and let's see how she looks. Oh, she is very cute. I really would have preferred Gintoki's signature outfit, but I mean, she's cute in this outfit as well. I just like the other outfit a lot better. She's doing a little, piece, kind of holding two figures out like that. Gosh, the ending credit figure would have been so cool, like her lying on her side wearing Gintoki's outfit, but of course that's not what we ended up getting. So she has pearlescent finish on her, kimono piece there. Her face details look nice. So far the sculpt is looking good. There's a nice, like, you know, flare here. The boots are shiny. And the skin is matte, which is how I like figures when, you know, obviously the boots would be shiny and skin would be matte. Buckles are nice. Doesn't seem to be too many or any paint defects right now at the moment. She's wearing pink panties. It would have been funny if they had strawberries on them. Because Gintoki. There's obviously the signature pattern on the clothing. Works very well with Gintoki's character. I just really would have preferred the signature outfit instead. Because that's what Gintoki is known for, you know? Alright, so I did note something here that I don't like too much. I don't know if it's going to show up too much on the camera, but it's not that big of a deal. It's kind of not too noticeable, but you see that seam line right there? That obviously doesn't flow well with the piece of clothing. You know, it kind of takes away from it, but I'm assuming they did that because they had to mold it this way. They couldn't have done it as one piece. It's just a little disappointing to see such an obvious seam line. You know, it goes all throughout here. You know, you follow it down here. And that's kind of like a lot of attention is in this piece because that's how you're meant to display her. So it sucks that it's right smack dab in the middle. It couldn't have been like somewhere on the back or anything where you're not really going to be paying too much attention. It's right in the middle. There's also a bit of a paint defect on the purple. Like you're not going to be able to see it on the camera. It's very, very small. But it's like a little bit of the blues on it. And that's not too big of a deal. That would be me being way too nitpicky. I just think the most obvious fault is right there. That seam line kind of takes away from the figure. But I do understand that they have to do things like that sometimes in order to, you know, cast it. There's also a seam line pretty noticeably right here in the pattern piece of the fabric. And I don't mind that one really, because that's something that would be hidden. See, like, it's perfect when they expertly hide, you know, seam lines. Yeah, you can see if you're like that, but the way you're going to be posing her doesn't really matter that much. And it's also in the inside, so who cares? It's just this one's very noticeable. That sucks, but other ways she's still very pretty. And I like the fact that they use like pearlescent back color on her clothing. And obviously they made the shiny boots shiny as they should have, and her skin matte as they should have. And there's like two tones in her hair, you know, the light blue and the white, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let's put her together and see what she looks like. Okay, so let's take a closer look at Ginko. All put together. Now, you're not meant to put Tenko up there like that, but I think that's a really cute way to, you know, display her. Because there's like not really another way you could display her. She doesn't have a base, so she'd have to be hanging from somewhere. And I just think that's a really cute idea. And while putting her together, I did try to pay more attention to how the paint was, and honestly I'm not too bothered by the paint, any of the paint defects on the clothing. It's really just with the blue, you know, just because of the nature of how this is put together, and I don't mind that. I guess the biggest disappointment I had with the clothing was just the seam line there, but I guess it, like I mentioned before, they have to have some seam lines, so that's not big of a deal. I do like the fact that they use kind of like a pearlescent finish on it. They did a really good job on Gintoki's typical pattern there. But I did notice that MegaHouse still has a way to go with nails. I had that problem with my Sailor Jupiter World Uniform Operation figure. And here, let me just show you. I don't know if it's going to focus, but hopefully it does. Oh, well, I'm going to have to put pictures in, but, because you can't really see. But for the most part, the nails are okay. I wish they did the thing that Alter does where they just put, oops, sorry, Tenko. They just put shininess on the nails instead to give it the detail. And I think that works really well because it doesn't really matter if you get out of line. But for these girls, they put like nail polish color. And it's kind of like when you do your nails and you accidentally get some on your skin. And that's what it looks like because it's not like a nail shape. It's just kind of blotchy, like in the thumb, especially in one of the thumbs. But it's a very small detail. It's not like you're going to be analyzing her hands. I just think that they should take the route where they just add shine to the nails, because that just makes it so much easier. People can't really notice when you get out of line when you do it that way. But when you use color, it's a lot easier to tell. Now I do want to compare to one of my Gintoki figures, just so you can see them side by side, since I noticed that they did different things with the hair with Ginko. I guess I should put them this way so they're staring at each other. Okay, so here they are side by side, and one thing I noticed that they decided to go for different colors with the hair. You know, there's a lot more white in Ginko's hair than there is in Gintoki's. It's more of a grayish color, the main color, and it has some white in it, and it has some like blue-gray shade. And with Ginko, they decided to go for like, you know, a white base color, and then they use like a brighter blue. Hang on, I need to put a better background so you can see it better. Okay, hopefully that works. Yeah, they went, see, the colors are a little different. They went with more gray and blue-gray and like some white, like, but as a detail here, they went with more white and then a like light blue for the shading instead of the like, you know, blue-gray tone, which is interesting. It's still Gintoki, but I just think it's funny that they use different colors for the hair. The nails in Gintoki are also a lot better painted. Like, the sculpt is nice, and it's gonna be hard to tell because my camera's not that great, but well, you can't tell. See, they also use like a different paint color for them, but it's more of a skin tone color because he's a boy. And I don't know, they just did a better job with him, the nail department. And it might be harder because Ginko's nails are, you know, daintier, so I think that's probably what happened. But overall, I'm still really happy with the figure. The biggest disappointment is honestly that seam line, but again, I understand why it's there. Other than that, I love the figure. I do wish that they did Gintoki's signature outfit. They'd look a lot cooler together, I think, if it was, you know, the same outfit. And I like how they did the pose, but it looks a lot like my Kagura figure too, the way they did it, so that's a little lame, but she does look cute. It does have action in it, and it looks nice with my other, it's gonna look nice with my other Gintama figures. What else can I say? They use the metal pole, that's great. You always need to use metal poles for, you know, action poses like this. So thank you, MegaHouse. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and you can pick her up if you want to. She might still be available on Crunchyroll, so that's a place you can get her, and I do recommend getting MegaHouse exclusives from there if you're in the United States. If you're not in the United States, definitely check My Figure Collection out to see where is the best place to buy figures like this. That's all you can really do. You can ask around, you know, people from your country can probably help you out there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and you get some great pickups this month. Bye-bye!